Let's have a look at Memecoin. So ticker symbol meme, it's up almost 40% today, while the overall market is rather going down. What's going on? Who's buying here? Who's selling here? Let's have a look at some on-chain metrics most people are not considering. So here's the situation. We are currently at 0.2 cents. We are up 38%, while the overall trend is rather sad. At one point, Memecoin was worth more than 5 cents. Here's the relative performance of meme to Bitcoin. From the top, shortly after launch, to today, we are down 97.6%. What happened over here? Tokenomics happened, right? This is the reason why most altcoins underperform. It's the growth of the supply. The new supply very often goes to early investors or to the team, and then those people tend to sell. Check this out. This is the number of meme tokens over time. We started at 10 billion. Now we are at 45 billion, and he will continue to grow. There are all kinds of stakeholders that are now extracting value out of meme. So that then explains the overall trend. But what happened recently here? Why did we suddenly see a price surge of almost 100%? On-chain, so on Ethereum, we've got more than 770,000 holders. Did we suddenly see all of those people buying in? We find the answer to that question over here. So on the left side, we see the number of wallets that hold at least 500,000 meme coins. So at the current price, that's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. In the middle, it's 5 million tokens or $10,000. And on the right, another 10x, so $100,000 worth of the token. We see how the number of meme is going up over time across all wallet cohorts. But what happened in the last month? So a drop of roughly 50% to then see the quick recovery. Here are the same wallet cohorts, this time only for the last month. So this time every data point is 1 hour. And we don't really see that much fluctuation anywhere, right? Small retail still continued to buy quite consistently. So did medium-sized retail. The whales also didn't really move. So what on earth creates this kind of volatility? Is there suddenly that much more attention on meme? I don't think so. This was the very first video on Memecoin published on this channel. And yes, when the token launched, there was some attention. And so the average video is here in gray, and that video outperformed the average video by quite a bit. Another video followed that outperformed less, and another video half a year ago that even underperformed the average video. So over time, attention on the asset is coming down, which makes sense. It's quite depressing to just continue watching a chart like this. Now here's what I believe is going on. Have a look at the liquidity on chain for this token. The largest pool has only $86,000 worth of the token. And that's for an asset that's worth 88 million. In other words, only a tiny fraction of the supply gets traded directly on chain. Most of the supply gets traded on the centralized exchanges, namely on Binance, on MEXC, on Gate.io, etc. And then on top of that, we've got the bets on the price. So this is very short-term capital. Those are perpetual futures, and they have a lot of leverage as well. And we saw $470 million worth of Memecoin getting traded on Binance alone in the last 24 hours. So it's really the perp market that's moving the price. Imagine you're the sports betting house for a football match, right? Imagine you offer bets on the outcome of a football match, but at the same time, you've got some impact on that match. You have maybe bought the referee. I believe that is what's going on with Memecoin here. Binance is offering bets on the price, but at the same time, they've got a lot of the spot supply. In other words, they can dictate if the price is going up or down or in circles. At the same time, they just look at what are the short-term traders doing. If retail is currently shorting Memecoin, then they just manipulate the spot price up and vice versa. This game is easier to do the smaller the market cap of an asset is and the less liquidity there is on chain. Because if there's a ton of liquidity on chain as well, then the arbitrage bots will make their cut as well. This is a clear pump and dump or orchestrated by the market makers, orchestrated by the centralized exchanges. I think that Memecoin very likely will continue to underperform the rest of the market because the supply will continue to rise. That said, if there are enough people that now bet on falling prices of meme, then the price will get manipulated higher again. There will be a deflation at some point, but it's very hard to figure out where the turnaround exactly will be. I think this current market is great for betting on falling prices because most altcoins do underperform Bitcoin most of the time, and even Bitcoin itself tends to trend downwards. But I think it's best to bet on falling prices of altcoins that don't have that much manipulation going on, where there's still a lot of liquidity on chain and where the market cap is still comparatively high. We are doing those kinds of trades now regularly in the premium membership of this channel, so here are a few trades that have been shared by the different members. Of course, I'm not sharing what exact altcoins we short, but yeah, things tend to go pretty well right now because again, most altcoins are doing very poorly. It only makes sense to get into altcoins when the general market is rather positive, when there's more and more people jumping into crypto. We are currently not in such a market. It's better to rather be skeptical. It's better to bet on falling prices. This is how we can get the odds in our favor. If you're still late to the party because you're buying meme coins that have already pumped just to then get dumped on, it's probably time to change the strategy in a way. So if it's your first time over here, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. Helps the channel grow. See you next time on YouTube or see you in premium. Link is down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. Cheers.